If your groups feel all right, but your shots just aren't breaking good, and it just doesn't feel right, this drill is gonna fix it faster than anything else. Okay, so it's winter time right now. It's super snowy, really cold out. And a lot of guys, you know, it's post-hunting season, a lot of guys, they're not necessarily shooting or feeling, you know, as good as they have been throughout the year. I know that's how I get this time of year. So what I do is I come into the shop, which another thing, I've got a lot of questions about how cold it is in my shop, and you guys can probably see my breath. It's super cold out here today too. But regardless, I wanted to share this with you guys. This is definitely something that helps me every year, and I know it's gonna help you guys too. So we're gonna be doing a little bit of blank baling. The way that I blank bale is a little bit different than a lot of guys. And what this does is it just kind of brings you back, slows everything down, and forces you to focus on your shot. So obviously you guys saw me pull my sight off there. So rather than taking the target and making sure a target is completely blacked out, what I always do is I just pull my sight right off my bow. It accomplishes the same thing. It's gonna change the weight a little bit, but everything on the shot process is going to be exactly the same. So obviously I'm drawing back here. I'm drawing back, and I have no reference to look at. I don't have a sight to look at. And that's why I always pop my sight off when I do this, because it accomplishes the same thing. So here I am, I just start slowly working through that shot, really feeling that trigger until it goes off. And that's the biggest thing with blank baling. The reason it's so important, in my mind, most guys will say the same thing. You know, whenever you're shooting, whenever you're focusing on one spot, and for me, especially after hunting season, you know, because obviously we're not shooting our bow near as much during hunting season compared to, you know, the summer where we're shooting, you know, multiple arrows every single evening. You know, during hunting season, everything kind of slows down quite a bit because we're out in the woods all the time. That's where we're spending all of our time. We're not necessarily spending days, you know, evenings where we're shooting for a couple hours at a time. You know, we're out in the woods during that time. So this really helps, because I know me personally, especially this time of year, I'll get to the point where I feel like I'm rushing through my shots, and this really helps kind of slow everything back down. So the biggest thing when you are blank baling, you get anchored in like you normally would, feeling the string on the corner of my mouth, my nose, and I really feel that trigger, and just slowly start to push it and work through the shot as slow as I possibly can. And I can feel that trigger just barely creeping, and then right about any time now it should go off, and there it goes. And that really surprised me, but I can feel myself slowly working through this trigger. Right there, I could feel it moving, and especially if you're shooting a release like this, this Wise Guy, because there's not a lot of trigger travel. So that's why I really like to do this as well. I know there's not a lot of trigger travel in my release, so I really want to make sure I'm feeling that trigger and just slowly working through that shot. And again, the reason that this time of year is such a great time to do this is because it's super snowy out, super cold. I know I don't really want to go outside and freeze. Now granted, in my shop it's obviously really cold, but it's nowhere near as cold as what it is outside. And this is a drill you can do in a garage, you can do it in the house, wherever. Obviously you just have your target and everything set up. But the main benefits that you really are going to see from blank baling, in my mind, the biggest benefit is going to be a mental benefit, because all of the pressure's off. There's no pressure associated with the shot because you're not holding a pin up there. You're not trying to aim or anything like that. You're literally just focusing on, you know, making sure your stance is good, a good draw into your anchor here. You're not aiming at all. You're literally just pointing the bow at the target, and then slowly working through your shot until it goes off and surprises you. So just like that. I mean, it's so great because you're literally just focusing on your shot process, nothing else. You're not focusing on aiming. You're not focusing on holding that pin still. I mean, you could really do this with your eyes closed. I know I've done that as well. If you're gonna do it with your eyes closed, use a big target and be really close to the target. I'm probably like 6 yards from, probably not 6 yards, probably like 3 or 4 yards from my target right now. So if you are gonna do it with your eyes closed, it's very good because you feel anything and everything because one of your senses is gone. But make sure you have a big target if you're gonna blank bale with your eyes closed. All right, so I just pulled those arrows. I'm gonna shoot a couple more. So the main reason that I like to blank bale this time of year, the reason I'm blank baling now, because even, especially when I'm shooting in the cold, because I still shoot when it's cold out, just not near the volume of what I do in the summer when it's warm. But regardless, I've felt myself recently, I feel like I'm working through my shots way too fast when I'm out on the range. And I'm feeling that I'm reaching for the trigger a little bit more and just slapping it a little bit more versus the constant pressure method, like we talked about in my ways to properly shoot a index finger release. So I felt myself running through my shots a lot faster and kind of pressing the trigger using the command style shooting versus the constant pressure method, which I try to typically shoot with and I've had the most luck with in the past. But when it's super cold and you're not able to field your fingers as well, I've really felt myself, kind of using the command style of shot and just pressing the trigger off when I want it to go off and when I'm close to the center of the target. Which I'm still shooting well that way, but again, like I talked about in the video over the wrist strap release, it's not sustainable and it's too much of an environment where target panic can creep in. So that's why I'm back in here blank baling, because I want to make sure my form is under wraps and everything's squared away with that, and I want to make sure I'm not punching my trigger and I'm using the constant pressure method and slowly working through that trigger on every single one of my shots. So another common mistake that I feel like guys have made, and I've made it in the past as well, while blank baling is, one, you're either not shooting at a actual blank target, whether it be an all white target or an all black target, all red, whatever the case may be, you're not shooting at a solid color target, which again, that's if you have your sight on. If you don't have your sight on, you can pretty well use whatever kind of target you want because you're literally just looking at the target. You're not actually looking at a sight pin. So there's no reference point that you're actually aiming with. I mean, of course you're looking through the peep and everything, but there's not an actual pin that you're holding on the target. That would be distracting you from your shot process and could be hindering you in any sort of way of the drill. So again, just because I'm doing this in the winter time, realistically, this is just when most guys have downtime. When I have the most downtime is this time of year. But realistically, you can use this all throughout the season, even while it is during hunting season, and I'm guilty myself. I'm guilty myself of not using it during the season, but I mean, if you think about it, a lot of times we don't shoot during season because we're getting into the woods early when it's dark and we're getting out of the woods when it's dark. But I have lights in here. Most guys have lights in their basement, garages, kitchen, wherever you're gonna be doing this drill. You can do it any time of the day. So that's another thing. I mean, it can be used year round. So it's a training tool that a lot of us don't use. Myself included. I don't use it as much as I should throughout the year, but it's certainly something that can be used literally anytime, day or night, any time of the year. So I hope you guys got something from this. I would encourage all you guys to try blank baling. It has seriously helped me become a better archer. It's something that I use to, make sure my form is dialed, make sure I'm not punching my trigger or anything like that. Just making sure all my shots are breaking good when I'm out shooting. So I would encourage you guys to use it. Hopefully you learned something today. Hopefully you got something from this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out. And if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. But that's going to do it for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.